everybody that's tuning in. Thank you so much. I know while everybody is coming in, we are going to be talking with two beautiful souls who are, first of all, not only just Grammy nominated, but Grammy winners. And they're a dynamic duo.
Multi.
They are.
Wait, Aasha, can you send the request to Chi? Because I can't send it from here.
Okay, one second.
Chi_money. But yes, we are speaking with the duo. They are super amazing, super talented. We're glad that they're being recognized. They've worked with the greats, and I'm talking Jay, Beyonce, her. They've worked with Tiana Taylor. They've worked with DJ Khaled. Like, the list is literally endless, and I'm so grateful that we're able to sit down and have a conversation with them tonight. So just be prepared, guys. And if you have any questions that you may want to ask, or just feel free to leave a comment. And yeah.
Okay. So I'm just trying to, let's see. I sent a request. So, and then I'm just sending another request. I'm sending the other request.
Okay.
So bear with me here. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Hello,
I'm wonderful.
hello.
I am wonderful. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Blessed.
I cannot complain.
All right. Listen, super excited. So I sent the other request, so we're just waiting for your partner in crime to come on. Oh,
yes.
Wait, here. There we go. All right.
Instagram being Instagram.
I know, right?
For sure.
So while we're, wait, it said it again. Hold on. Now look at this. Now, she's getting on from the Nova Wav page. Got you. Okay, so I guess we're just waiting. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
hi.
Hey,
welcome.
Hello. Listen, I love all of this brown and beautiful skin and smiles and everything. I love it. So guys, I know you ladies are, so busy, but we do thank you and appreciate you for definitely just coming through and taking this time to really sit with us and have this conversation. We're super excited. So thank you so much. So guys, we're going to go ahead and just jump right on into it. So guys, for all those who are tuning in, thank you so much. Listen, we are sitting with the Grammy nominated, not only nominated, but winners. Songwriting production duo, Nova Wav. Okay. So Shy and Blue, thank you so much for definitely sitting with us and have this conversation.
Yes, we appreciate you ladies for reaching out and doing this. Number one, name is actually Chi. It looks like Shy. I get that all the time. Don't worry.
My apologies. So
I get that all the time. Yes. Chi, like Chi energy. Yes.
Oh, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for correcting me. I appreciate that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Listen, ladies. So first of all, we know we're going to start off with the most predictable question, of course, at first. Just kind of for those who may not know, because sometimes for songwriters and for production, sometimes it's always, you're always in the background. So, you're not always for the light. So talk about your story and, how you guys literally got started in, first of all, in what you do.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out a short way to say that. Well, I mean, I'm Blue. For all who don't know, I grew up like in church and singing and around music. My mother was a singer. My mom and my dad used to sing together actually at weddings. My brother's a producer. My sister can sing. So I grew up around music. That was just my life. And I always just felt like I had a calling and somehow in music. I just didn't know that it would be songwriting. I thought that in order to do music, I had to, of course, be a singer. And then I realized, I can actually write, and I have a love for writing. I wrote poetry. I used to rap. I thought I was Lauryn Hill. I thought I was Lil Wayne at one point. I thought I was everybody.
You said Jadakiss. You said Jadakiss too was on the list.
I mean, everybody. So I was like, and then somebody told me about songwriting, and I was like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. It was like a light bulb went off. And then I ended up meeting Chi in like 2000. I met Chi in like 2009. And we just formed a relationship, a working relationship. And I ended up moving to Atlanta in 2011. Okay. And that's when Nova Wav, well, we weren't formed in 2011. We were formed in like, 2014, 15? But we kind of were working together, and then we got our name, and then we started developing our sound. And yeah, so we just been rocking for like 10 years now, basically. But we didn't get right. 2016. It's been a long road, y'all.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But, you know, they say you got to put in your 10,000 hours or your 10 years. So we've definitely put in that time, for sure, for sure. My story is, it's kind of a little bit of the opposite. I didn't grow up with like cable. I didn't grow up really listening to music. But my grandfather had an organ in the front of his trailer, and they said that I used to get on the organ and I'd make up songs, and like I kind of just had like this natural calling for it. I also was in band. I played saxophone. I did marching band. But music wise, I didn't hear a lot of music growing up. So I always say music chose me just naturally. My friends in middle school, my friends would be like all the girls singing the songs and da-da-da. And I just kind of just be naturally doing the beat, like trying to copy Timberland and the whole thing. And so when I was in high school, I heard a guy, I was walking through the hallways in high school, and I heard a guy say, I make my own beats on Fruity Loops. And something just went off, and it was like, ding. And so I went home, I downloaded it, and I just fell in love with it. I used to make like jingles and stuff and put them on my answer machine. And like, I would rap on my answer machine. And so I don't know, music just chose me over the years. And in college, I would do shows. I would write and produce my own songs and perform them for like homecoming. And I was attending Savannah State at the time.
Oh,
I transferred
Savannah.
Yes, Savannah State. And then I transferred to Georgia State. I got a internship at Grand Hustle, which is T.I.'s hustle gang now. But I remember going, and they were like, can you engineer? Can you do this? Da, da, da. And I like fluffed the whole thing. I didn't know anything about engineering. So I learned on the spot. I was like the only one that lasts throughout the years. Like, of course, being a woman, like we gonna stick it out. So, yeah, I got a lot of training there when I was in college. I was going to school for marketing at Georgia State, got my BA in marketing, moved home with my mom. She was like, yo, come here and just work on your craft. And so then a guy hit me up on Facebook, and he was like, I heard some of your stuff on MySpace. Can you send me some tracks? And so I sent it to him. He's like, I got a girl coming over to do the hook. When they sent it back, I was like, oh my God, who is that? That voice is amazing. So we worked for like a year, and then I was like, yo, if you quit your job and move to Atlanta, we're going to be huge. And so the rest is history. Or herstory.
Herstory. We like that.
Yeah. Amazing, ladies. Oh my gosh.
Now, how do you decide who you want to work with when it comes to producing or writing?
Ooh, I think it just boils down to like the message and the vibe. I mean, I feel like we pretty much can do music for anybody, any type of genre, but it just boils down to like the person and the artist and kind of what they want to convey, because everything ain't our ministry, you know. So we're more so about just empowerment. We always want to have fun. You know, women empowerment. We want to have fun. We want to make sure that we can give a positive message, but while also like having a good time too. So I just think it boils down to just what's gonna work, like energy, making sure the energies match.
Yeah, I think in it there was a point that we got to that we were like, oh, certain people, we're cool on that. That's not the type of message that, you know, now we're at a certain age, there's a certain message, there's a certain calling, like she said, and we stay away from certain things.
So it's like you don't have to take everything that comes
you don't gotta be the yes crew.
No. And somebody asked us like, when are you gonna get married? And I said, I think when we kind of got to pick and choose, when we could say no and be okay with saying no, when we go walk away from checks, you know, and I think that's when it's like, okay, now you've gained some traction.
Okay. So in the beginning, it was more like, you know what, look, sis, let's really just do this. Let's, you know, continue building it. And then now I'm at a point like, nah, we good.
No, period. We not.
So let me piggyback off the question, because, you know, you guys, your resume is crazy. You have worked in, you know, you have a versatile of genres that you have worked in: R&B, pop, you know, hip hop. You know, is there a preference in which genre you would love to like stay working in?
I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I just think R&B is our swag. That's just, I mean, that's just who I am. I mean, that's who we are. But I don't know, but we want to do more pop stuff, because we really can do that as well. But I love R&B. I love hip hop. So anything that incorporates those two, like, that's my thing. Yeah. What about you, Chi?
I definitely agree. I know that R&B definitely gave us our swag, but I think that we're just universal, man. I think that God is in all things, and I think we don't have to stick to it. And luckily, we're talented enough where we can spread the wealth. And honestly, we named ourselves after the universe, so it's like we're universal. Honestly, we're universal for sure.
I love it. It matches. I mean, you have worked with artists like Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande, those that within the pop sector. But we definitely going to talk about, since you definitely mentioned on, you know, some of the R&B, we're going to get into some of those R&B hits and things that you guys definitely have been a part of that's made history as well. So, Danielle?
Yes. Now, talk about like the first like heavy hitter in the industry that you guys worked with, and that feeling, and just like what that experience was like.
I'll let you elaborate.
Okay. First heavy hitter, Rihanna. Rihanna Love Song. That was in 2012. Very funny story. So a week before, we got a Bobby Valentino placement, and it had Future on it. Oh, I at one point we said we weren't going to be telling people who the artist was. Anyway, so we got this Bobby Valentino featuring Future song. It's called Tipsy Love. And crazy, Blue was signed to Akon's brother Boo. And so Boo was out working on Rihanna in LA. He's like, yo, come out, da 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 da. So we're in the Uber on the way to the airport, and Tipsy Love comes on V103, and we're like, oh my God, this was like our first placement. This is our first placement. Wow. Wrote and produced the whole thing. Very first placement. So we're in the car, we're like, oh my God, he's gonna play it. We're about to get on the plane.
We made it. We made it. All right.
On the radio. And the song goes off, and Frank Ski is like, that is the most terrible song.
Oh my gosh.
I've ever heard. He was like,
he it up.
Why would you why would you do that? He was like, why would you sing that song? Why would you do that? Da, da, da. So we're like, oh, okay, nice. All right, cool. We get on the plane, and then Love Song comes about, and there's a ram in the bush, I'll say.
Man.
Yeah, he ripped it up. But you know, Ree's a Pisces. She's amazing. It was super dope. I don't know if you want to tell anything about that story, Blue.
Oh no, I mean, it was just one of those things that was just natural. It was just supposed to happen. It was just supposed to happen. We were at a camp, and it was just a couple other, like, you know, big writers there. So we were kind of like the newbies, and it was just all these big producers and big writers. And, you know, there was a little intimidation there, but it was like, okay, these are the moments that you wait for. So it's like, you're going to either show up or you're going to go home empty handed. So Ree was there, and I had worked with her before. So, you know, she knew who we were or whatever. And we got the beat, and we did what we had to do, you know. And I remember them playing the song for the entire camp. And I remember, like, a girl being there, and she was like, I mean, it's okay. Future part is dope.
No, that song is amazing.
That song,
That was like my favorite song on the album.
It's crazy because it's like Chris Brown was in the room, and it's like you got all these big people in the room listening to this song y'all just wrote, and y'all just trying to look around for everybody's reaction. And I just honestly didn't know that it would be what it was gonna be. Like I couldn't have seen that, but it was just a blessing, man. And it really gave us that was the catalyst to say, okay, y'all got what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all at least have what it takes. And it took a while after that to really get rolling, but yeah, that's my most favorite moment because we came out.
And I remember them playing it for the first time for us, and we heard it the first time. We was like, we were like, man, this is so different. And then the second time we heard it, was like, oh, this is a smash.
Yeah,
this is a smash.
Yeah.
So
you were
it
just
was
on the fence.
only
Was
right.
you on the fence because of how everybody else, like you said, you looked around the room, kind of get the expressions of people? Were you on the fence just because of the impressions of that people may had on for the song?
A little bit.
I would say. Go ahead.
No. I just said I was, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was just more so when Future hit the I had never heard him do that, and I was like, oh my God, that's different. I don't know. And then they played it again, and I was like, oh, he's so dope. It's a smash.
Yeah. So now my question is, with developing, with the music, how hard is it for you to fall into trends in different sounds? Because I mean, clearly we have a lot that's happening within the industry. How difficult is it for you to kind of fall into that and stay separate?
I think it's quite easy for us because I think we've realized our grace is always in what we do best. I think we've tried to do the trendy stuff and it just never works. It's just corny. It sounds corny when we try to do it. That ain't our swag. So, it's just always been easy for us to do our own thing because whenever we do our own thing, we always get good results or whatever. I don't know.
Very true. That's 100% true.
Well, definitely stay like that because we love the signature. We love it.
We just do what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I kind of want to piggyback as far as like when you were talking about doing like the writing camps and when you guys were new, and it's just like kind of like, all right, what am I doing here? How did you guys get over that hurdle as far as like, all right, I need to do this, I'm gonna do this, and kind of like letting your voice be heard?
I mean, to
fear and just stepping into your confidence.
Yeah, to quote the greatest, Jay-Z, he says, the genius thing we did was we didn't stop. So that's pretty much, that's your key right there. Like it's going to be a lot. We've died, we call them slow deaths. We used to have a lot of slow deaths in life. At the studio, we'd be in there dying. But, God is faithful when you put work in the ground. So we just stick with it, and we stick to us. We have each other. We know what each other does well, who does it best, and we trust that person. You said this, okay, cool, we're good. And so a lot of times when you are collaborating, you need to be collaborating with people that you're like, I trust what you do. So we pretty much stick to that. Also like trusting the reaffirming moments. Like you always get like these breadcrumbs all around you, and you have people that might speaking to you and say things like, oh my God, your beat patterns are crazy, like your kicks are so clean. Or they might say, oh, your melodies are amazing, or your tone. So we started to listen to those things instead of trying so hard. We just started really perfecting the things that we did well. Like I know that I have a great tone. I can now say that with confidence. So I would use that to my advantage. And she chooses like the most out of this world sounds when she's making her beats. And, so it's just like, we just started to incorporate the things that we knew we did best. And that's how we found ourselves like, not comparing ourselves whenever we would go into these sessions or into these camps. And that's the way we would stick out every time because it was always different.
Okay. And then for you guys, just to piggyback off that, for you guys, I know you know each other very well, what works best for you individually and together. Of course, there are some moments where, it can have ups and downs. How do you two, you know, try to find your balance with each other and keep that chemistry, so that, you know, you can get through, you know, if you're having a difficult artist or if you're having a difficult day?
I think one of the first things we do is just keep our bond strong, keep our relationship strong, like just trusting each other, communicating, you know, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how good it is, like just keeping our structure, like infrastructure really tight. I think that's the key to Nova Wave. Like, and everybody always talks about how much chemistry we have, but and that's something you can't fake, you know, that's built over the years, and just really trusting each other, God, you know, to lead us. And, that's my take.
Yeah, and honestly, we do attribute some of our the way that we work to basketball. Like, we both play basketball. It was so key. It's so key in what we do today, because it just gives us a natural swag. We know what a no look pass is. We relate the physics of that to music. So that's a huge key for us as well.
Yeah, teamwork, like teamwork.
Teamwork.
And not trying, you know, sometimes you get in with different like teams, and you can tell like somebody's trying to outdo the other person, and we just don't overstep each other's boundaries. We just kind of just know, if I'm having a day and I'm like, oh, the melodies ain't coming, she jumping on the mic. If she need help, like, hey, can you help me with these chords, or what do you think about this? I'm gonna fill in the gap. So yeah, we just got to be up all the time, just making sure that like the other person is lifted, and there's always a balance.
Love it.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Aasha.
Okay, so the next question I definitely want to talk about, of course, is, you know, first of all, thank you, ladies, you know, for all of the contribution that you are giving to the music industry. Talk about being a Black woman that's working in the industry, and especially starting, you know, at the pivotal point that you did start in a male-dominated world, you know, because that's crazy. It's difficult. Was there a point where you feel like you had to prove yourself, especially being that this can be male-dominated, especially when it comes to production?
This is Shee's favorite question, by the way, so I'm gonna let her.
Okay, She.
My favorite.
It's her favorite
my
question.
favorite question. I answered this so many times. You know, it's difficult. It's very difficult. And you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And I think that, you know, we're trying to break barriers. We're trying to, and we're doing it. We're actually doing it. We're breaking barriers. But yeah, there's always something that's trying to hold us back in the moment on that side of things. And so I think before, I used to be like very like offended by it. And so it's so crazy. I'm in a different space. I'm such in a different space. And one of my favorite scriptures is blessed are the people that love the Lord, and they won't be offended by anything. And so now that I have a different perspective of like why people are holding us back, it's just because they haven't seen it. And so now that I just, at any point, what I want other people to do is they need to feel validated. So sometimes we're in a room, say we're in there with 3 other producer men, and there's 2 alphas they fighting for, and then there's a beta. A lot of times the beta might turn to me and try to start an argument or try to show dominance in the moment. But
they be like, oh, I got this.
Yeah. Like, you know, but at the end of the day, I probably would have turned up, and now I'm like, you got it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back. Don't worry about it.
And then when you start looking stupid, don't come back to me.
5 minutes later, it will come back. So I don't know, man. Women, we're the greatest. We're just the greatest at being water and being fluid. So why would I fight that? Why would I fight that and I can still win? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's good, y'all. It's good. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's good.
I love it. We got it. Just keep it classy and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask, this is probably the question everybody's been wondering about. What was going through your minds when you guys got the call to work with Beyonce and Jay-Z?
We've never gotten that question ever. No, great. No, I'm joking. Man, it was just like, okay, another one of those moments, like, either you're ready or you're not. Y'all been putting in the work, you've been putting in the time. And it's so crazy because we tell this story often, but when her album, the Beyonce album dropped, what was the Beyonce album, right, Chi?
2013, yes. Yep.
2013.
Yeah.
We listened to it in the car, and we were in Georgia, and I just said out of the blue, oh man, I think I can write for B. And I just said it with so much conviction. I didn't think about it.
The tongue is powerful.
I threw that thought away and I was done with it, you know? And then I think maybe it was like, maybe 3 months after that. It was a very short time after that.
August.
It was August. Yeah, we had, I think we had just went out to LA, and we just decided just to take a leap. And I had heard a speech by Steve Harvey that was talking about taking leaps. So I told Chi, I think we should go to LA for a couple of months and just kind of see what kind of seeds we can sow. So we went out to LA, and within a week of being in LA, we got a call that someone canceled a Hit Boy session. A writer canceled. I have to know, no idea to this day who canceled that session, but thank you so much for canceling.
Shouts out to that part. We owe you some publishing.
And so they were like, can y'all come and fill in? And we were like, of course. I wanted to self-sabotage. I really wanted to say no because I was terrified. I'm like, is she gonna be there? You know, like, this is big. So we ended up going. She probably was like, girl, we better do that. You better do that. So we went, and we were supposed to be there a day, and we ended up recording the song. And I guess they loved the song because right after that, they ended up giving us renting us equipment and putting us in like the lounge area. So people, it was just like, I think it might have been just Hit Boy in one room and literally Detail in another room and us. So it was like, what are we doing here? You know? So we were working that day, just working. And then Hit Boy came in our studio in the little lounge area and said, put in your shoes right quick. Somebody want to meet y'all. So we were like, okay, all right, just when your heart start beating fast. Doing our shoes.
Like, is the president coming? What's going on?
We walk across the hall and Jay-Z standing there. And I'm like, this is literally like a dream. Like, this is something we've dreamt, you know? And so I don't know if it was that day or like the next day. She probably has a better timeline, but we ended up meeting. Somebody said, hey, Beyonce wants to meet y'all. And so we walked in the room. Yeah, you probably can tell.
I know what he got on.
She said,
I know what he has
Beyonce.
on.
And I'm like,
I know what she got on.
Right. She remembered it from head to toe.
It was crazy. Like, okay, we here now. You know, we here. It's now or never. And from that point on, we just kind of just started to grow our relationship. And it took like 4 years for us to actually place a song on B. But she's the first big artist that took a bet on us. And I think she knew. She like, they special. She saw us, you know, and she didn't give up on us. She gave us try after try. And then we finally nailed it. And here we are.
That is amazing.
That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
It is inspiring. You know, Jay-Z's like hands down. You know, I definitely follow his career and one of my favorite all-time artists. But it's amazing that, you know, the one thing you definitely said that she never gave up on you guys, regardless. It took 4 years, regardless of the catalog you already had coming into it. But, you know, regarding that, you know, the fact that she just, because it could have been easy for somebody like Beyonce and Jay to be like, you know what? We tried it.
Yep.
We good.
Yep.
So thank you. But it's amazing because obviously your gifts and what your talents and what it show. And then obviously just even with this interview, just, you know, seeing the feeling the spirit and, you know, how you guys are so humble, so sweet, so down to earth. Like, that's amazing. And that is what can definitely capture somebody.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
So, and not only have you worked with Jay-Z, Beyonce, you know, of course, you know, you worked with Tiana Taylor. You have worked with, you know, numerous other artists. What can you say has been your best of your worst moment creatively?
The best of the worst. You want us to like what? How do you want us? how should we answer that? Like, you want us to name like
one that can just be that stand out to you, where it's just like, you know what, I can really think of this one time where this person just got on my nerves, or this one time where it's just like, you know what, oh, this was amazing. Like, this was, you know, everything.
Okay.
Well, blue or Chi, you can go first. It's either one.
You know what? My internet was going out. I heard, what's the best or the worst session? Is it?
Oh no, your best or worst moment creatively.
I'm trying to think. We've had some good ones.
Best moment creatively. I think it's when honestly, when we have the God moments. Honestly, that's just my favorite. When it's like, a lot of times, you know, we'll get on the mic or whatever, and the song is kind of just written like in one take. And those are my favorite moments, like when the words actually like come out and it's like a prophetic thing. That's my favorite. Worst moments is when it's like, oh, we're out of sync, we're out of flow, and this is a very just bad moment, like this song.
A specific moment, like a bad moment, being in with like an artist. There was a pop artist that we worked with, and we didn't place on them, so it's nobody that anyone knows us from working with. But we walked into the session, and I think somebody told that artist that we had written for another specific artist that she loved. So when she wanted to have a conversation about it, like, so y'all wrote for X, you know, this person, and yeah, how'd that go? And we were like, we never wrote for that person. And immediately she was like, I mean, so what have y'all done? And I was like, okay, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be long. Like, when we've done things, you know. So yeah, and it just got kind of weird, you know. It just got kind of weird. She's, you know, it was a very weird session. So needless to say, we never work with that artist again. But sometimes you just have those artists that it's like you really have the audacity to just say anything to anybody, and then we know that we have a job to do. So we have to hold our composure, not to snap back, because then it'll be like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to work with them again because they did this to me. Not knowing
that gets around like word of mouth and
absolutely. Oh, it's just like you said, you know, in this industry, you really got to be likable because your reputation precedes you. So we've always known that. So we just always just keep our composure, no matter if it's going good or going bad, and we always walk away with our heads up regardless. So we've had some pretty good moments, and we had some not so good, but the good is outweighed the bad for sure.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Now, how do artists show their appreciation for you? Because you guys are literally like the building foundation of the songs and everything. Like, you are the foundation of that. So how do artists like show their appreciation for you?
To me, I feel like they appreciation when they keep coming back. You know, when they keep back, when they do good business, when the splits look right, when the bag is right, you know. To me, that's appreciation. I used to feel like they should like, you know, big you up a little bit more as far as just saying your name. But, you know, that's something that's in this industry that you grow to learn. That's just not the norm. That's not what happens. So, yeah, I just feel like doing good business and continuously working with you. Growing with you, you know, y'all developing together.
I would say I love when artists buy us a plaque. Like, that actually shows that person is, you know, thinking about us in a different way. So that's like one of my favorite, when an artist will be like, okay, I'll buy this plaque for you and send it to you.
Because I asked that because I was watching the interview that Money Long did, and she was just pretty much saying how, like, when it comes to writers, like, they're not praised enough. Like, the artist and the writer, they should be like best friends. Like, the artist should be like, okay, well, let me buy you lunch, let me buy you flowers and all this. And it's not the case. Like, artists will treat songwriters and producers kind of like the help in a sense. It's like, you can't come here looking like it.
Most will.
But it's
good. I mean,
you broke.
Go ahead.
Y'all broke up a little bit. No, I'm gonna say that. I mean, even B, she sends us flowers all the time. So, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's just like, look at our relationship and how we, you know, so she sends us flowers. Seriously.
Yeah, she's
just
a real
beautiful
one.
lady.
She's a real one. She's just a real one. like spirits, no, like spirits, man. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Seriously.
That's good to hear. That's definitely good to hear, you know, and like I said, you ladies are, you know, definitely seem like you already, you know, how to, you know, keep it business when it needs to be just be business, and, you know, and keeping a high spirit. And I love, first of all, Chi, I definitely want to say, like, I love, you know, how you definitely relate scripture to, you know, definitely keeping, you know, in mind, you know, in things that you, certain things that you're doing, and, you know, and how you really, like, I hands down love that. So, you know, because I'm telling you, sometimes it be some moments you got to stop, you got to pray, you got to be like, look, Lord.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We keep that first. We know that's the center, that's the piece. And honestly,
Yeah.
when you actually become it, it just starts spewing out of your mouth. So it's like it's just a natural thing at this point. So yeah, I appreciate that though. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. And honestly, we pray before every session. We pray for artists. We pray for God. If anybody can do this song, you can do it. If anybody can do it, we pray a lot of those prayers. So
because he gonna do it.
We be like, yeah,
Because won't he do it?
We need a miracle, God. Please, where is you at? What is you doing? Are you busy?
I hear that. Listen, that's the one thing I definitely stress. Like, you know, when it comes to us and our, you know, our platform, like, we just got to keep God first. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not ashamed to say that. You know, you definitely got to keep God first. Hands down. First of all, T and Blue, we thank you so much for the conversation. You know, definitely being here with us. Danielle, do you have another question? I know I have one more.
No, go ahead.
So for all those who are aspiring, because of course our platform, you know, definitely support a lot of independent artists, you know, those who are, you know, pursuing their career or looking to kind of see what direction they want to go in when it comes to music. Talk about, you know, what encouraging words you can provide to artists who, not only to the artists, but also to those who are songwriters and looking for that moment and to be able to grow and continue this path that you're basically where you're shining your crowns in right now.
I would say first, just right off top, is just to form genuine relationships and bonds with people, because you got a lot of people in this industry that are always trying to meet people, but always just trying to make plays. And I think that's what holds us back sometimes from just into what we do, because we know it's not real. So I should just be real, form genuine relationships, and just don't look for the people who are on top. Look for the people around you, you know, because word travels really, really fast, and you can get their places really quickly by, you know, having more people with you, you know. So I just feel like we sometimes we forget that part of, even though this is the industry, be a real person, you know, just be a real person. So
that part.
That's it. I totally agree with that. It's about being genuine. Are you genuine or not? Because genuine, it's gonna rise to the top, man. It really is. And sometimes people, they get there, they get to the top, they being fake, but you gonna come down. That's just gonna be the natural, because what you put out, you're gonna get it back. You know, that's 101 physics. You know what I mean? So you have to be a genuine person. And so that has sustained us for sure.
And the one thing that I can definitely say, like, guys, you know, who's watching, like, you know, I definitely can back that, because, you know, I had the pleasure to meet you ladies during Grammys weekend. Unfortunately, my beautiful co-host, she wasn't able to be there. But, you know, when as nervous I was to say, you know, I want to try to, you know, network and things of that nature. But it was just, your spirit was just so amazing. You would just be, we had a conversation. I just wanted to be able to meet you. It was just to introduce myself, and you guys to introduce yourself back. Blue, I know, of course, I know Chi was off, you know, talking and things of that nature of Blue, but everything that you're saying is 100% accurate, and it is 100% you. So I do appreciate and I thank you for the opportunity to give Black girls like us to, you know, to share this platform and have you guys here. Because it's all, I've always, the one thing I tell Danielle is, like, I don't want to be fake. I always want to be genuine. Yeah. I want to build genuine relationships. Like, I don't care about none of that, because I've worked in the industry for 12 plus years. and that's all unfortunately you see. But I'm very thankful for the connection and that we was able to talk and be able to, you know, build that.
No,
yes, same here.
Thank y'all for having us and just being two beautiful Black women. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was talking to somebody yesterday. Thank you. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and, you know, just a moment of transparency. She and I really haven't had a lot of Black women put their arms around us. You know, that's something that we really want to create for other, like, you know, writers, artists. I mean, whoever in the creative space, because we really haven't had that. It's been a lot of males that have really put us in place. So, you know, I would really love to see more people look like us all huddled together and just do more together. So whenever y'all need us, we here. Thank y'all again. We appreciate it for sure.
Thank you. So, same for you, definitely. Because we got to represent. I'm telling you, it's enough of the men out here that's trying to do it, but we definitely have to represent. So first of all, you know, before we exit out, guys, what you got coming up next? What's on the agenda next?
Ooh, is Beyonce releasing something? Let me stop.
Ooh. Stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah, stay tuned. Please just stay tuned.
About to go up. I'm just gonna tell y'all.
We have some. I'm sorry. Before you get into that, I know there was some questions. We do apologize, guys. We missed the questions because it just popped up. One question came out: do you mentor songwriters?
We do.
We're actually mentoring somebody right now. They may be coming on to Nova Wav, really super dope. So yeah, we're actively looking.
But then it gotta be selective about it. But we are actively looking.
Yes.
So they could reach out to you and just say, "Hey, I need a mentor," or
yes. And please, if you're not genuine, please don't hit us, because we gonna see it in 10 seconds and we just gonna be wasting time. The genuine people, please.
Stay away.
PSA.
Please come. Send the music, please.
We'll also give our email address. We'll put our email address down where they can send stuff. We'll down. It's just send stuff. Yeah, for sure.
All right, perfect. And so I'm sorry. So we'll go right ahead. They're gonna put the email into the chat. So I know you guys are asking. So like they said, PSA, become genuine and come right.
Listen, closed mouths don't get fed.
Yes.
So,
period.
Aasha, can you pin that?
Yes.
Make sure it's right. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's not allowing me to pin it. Oh wait, got it.
Okay,
here we
got it. Perfect.
All right. So you guys, okay. So you were talking about upcoming projects, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes. We have some things going on. Of course, we sign NDAs all the time, so unfortunately we can't name names. But there's some dope stuff coming for sure. There's some dope stuff.
Hopefully stuff dropping soon. You know, possibilities are endless.
Okay.
We gonna see.
Okay.
And before we step out, I just have to ask, Blue, are you looking to step out as an artist or anything of that nature?
That was just about to be my question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we know you got some vocals.
You know, it's a possibility. I used to be like totally opposed, but I'm not opposed anymore. So, and to be honest with y'all, like we've had people come to us, like big artists, like try to sign us as artists, and it just wasn't the right time. But we're ready now, and it's a big possibility y'all could be getting something super soon, an artist project. You know, not necessarily a project, but just maybe singles here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, you know, I'm waiting. I want to hear it. All right, ladies. So thank you so much once again for just, you know, having this conversation with us tonight. We thank you for sharing your time with us and the audience. So guys, for those of you who have definitely have tuned in, so if you came in late, you missed this, you can always check out our IGTV or our YouTube channel. Follow us on GNS&x, because we always talking to some creative geniuses. right here on this platform. So guys, thank you once again for oh my gosh, Blue and Chai, definitely for I'm at Chi, sorry, oh Lord, I was saying it right the whole time and then I got thrown off. Chi and Blue, thank you so much again for joining us, and you ladies have a beautiful rest of the evening.
You as well. Thank you so
Y'all
much.
be safe. Stay black.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen,
Definitely.
always a room for everybody that's black. Like,
Yeah.
This
Stay black.
what? We definitely gonna be reaching out to you ladies. All right, definitely soon.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Blessings.
All right, have a good one.
bye. Hey, see, this is what I was waiting for.
The Zoom.
Y'all just gonna get me zoomed in. This was amazing. Oh my gosh. I love them. Love them.
Yes, it was good. I love first and foremost, you know, just like they said, you know, they didn't really have a lot of, you know, Black women embracing them or you know, really giving them that right. And this is what I love for, you know, women, you know, to come together and, you know, especially when it comes to music, to come together and to really have those conversations and really to reach out to each other and just like, you know what, you know, I love what you do. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, how can we connect on this or anything of that nature? So I just think it was amazing just to kind of sit with them and just have that conversation where, you know, it's to understand their craft. Yeah. And how they're able to give from the start to finish.
Absolutely. So. And I hope that everybody that was here tonight, especially in the comments, I hope that you took down their emails. So you
still up. It's still pinned.
So definitely like utilize it. Like I said, closed mouths don't get fed. So
right. And I really hope you guys really definitely like piggyback on Danielle, what you're saying is like took something away from this. And like they said, you know, come correct. Like
come genuine.
I'm quite sure they deal with a lot of fakeness at it period during the day. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing. It's just like if that's something you're serious about, show you're serious about it. Like if you eat, sleep, drink it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just be you. Yeah. You know, don't be nothing else. And that's all people want to see is just you. Nothing else. Like keep the fakeness. So
how about it?
All right. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. We definitely appreciate you. So guys, you already know what it is. Real music, real style, and real people. And guys, you already know it don't get no realer than this. So